So today, we got a pretty full morning. So right now I'm going out to do a quote for an elderly couple who needs their carpets cleaned. And then after that, we're going to fall into our morning routine ritual. And every day we go out to 5 companies. We go to 5 different companies, walk in the office, and pretty much ask them if they need services. We do a total we do 25 companies a week and about 100 companies a month. And the goal is to try to close on 2 companies a month. So the funny thing is, a lot of people think that I'm in the cleaning business. Like, yeah, I'm in the cleaning business, but I'm actually in the sales business. Anytime you are a business owner, you're running a business, a lot of people get confused what type of business that they're in. And so you're really in the sales business. And getting sales, the hardest thing about it is I always compare it to like when you're in high school or middle school and you have that crush on that one girl or boy, and then you finally work up the nerve to talk to them. You're like, all right, I'm gonna finally talk to them. I'm gonna ask them out or ask them for their number or whatever like that. And then you finally work up the nerve, and then you go talk to them, and you're like, hey, can I get your number? I think you're cute. You mind if I take you out? And they say, no, or I got a boyfriend, or they don't give you the time of day. And that feeling that you feel when you feel crushed and defeated, and you shrink, and you just never want to feel that feeling again, and you just go in a shell, you go hiding or whatever, and what it does is really mess up your confidence. And that's what sales is. It's getting rejected by the girl day after day after day. But if you can get over the initial rejection, you'll be on your way. So the reason why I go to 5 different offices a morning is because I found out for every 9 no's, there's 1 yes. So hopefully we can capture a yes today. So we get cases like this all the time. Children on the other side of the world or in other states or whatever, checking in on their elderly family members, and they need severe help. So that's kind of one of the rewards of this business, to be able to help people. I told someone that I'm starting a cleaning business to help people. Like, how are you gonna help people doing a cleaning business? And you never really realize that, how important like having a clean living space is. So the simple fact that we get to come in here and help this elderly disabled guy and help a daughter ease her mind a couple thousand miles away is just amazing.
This is one room.
The hallway, and then that room over there.
Okay.
Oh, that seems simple enough, man. Let me get a look at the other room.
Okay, and we got the other side of the house.
Other side of the house?
Yeah.
Oh, for the carpets?
Yeah.
Your daughter she instructed me to just the 2 rooms in this hallway.
Oh, okay.
But if I'll look at the whole house though, and then you can talk it over. You can talk it over with her, and then we go from there.
Good. You see.
So is this the 3rd room?
Yeah.
So this room, the 2 bedrooms.
I don't know who asked. I'm not the one who called for it.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll talk to
my daughter.
Your daughter, and then I'll tell her what it is. This is stop number 2, and just pretty much gonna do the same thing we always do. Just walk in and see if they're in need of a cleaning provider. conversation usually doesn't take no more than 5 to 10 minutes to figure out what's going on. So as usual, the decision maker's not in. Just leave your information. We'll get back with you. But usually, what I do is I always take their information and I follow up until I get a firm no. Until they say nah, we're not interested. If they're always on the fence or they got to think about it, they got to talk to people. I follow up, and that's key. Follow up. Not now doesn't mean no. It just means not now. So, sometimes these companies got an address listed online, and then you got to go through so much stuff just to find them. They never have a simple entrance. Got to go through 7 mountain valleys, fight a dragon, and a fucking snow leopard just to get here. Who could have found this place? You'll never find this place. But lucky for me, or lucky for them, I'm resistant. I'm resilient. There's no way anybody cleaning this place, because nobody can find it. I'm not even sure where the office is, or the leasing office is. So, yeah, I guess we're kind of stabbing in the dark here. That's why we go to 5 a day. By the time we go 5 a day, by the time we get to the 25th, one of them's bound to work out. So.
You've arrived.
I was from 1:30 to 5. Yeah, man, it's just the name of the game. Well, on to the next one. Someone asked me, why don't you just call them, or why don't you email them? I find that we have a high success rate when we actually walk through the doors, because they can associate someone with the service. They got a face, they got a personality to go with the service. So when you're selling cleaning services, or when you're selling services in general, you're selling more than just a product or the service. You're selling an experience. So the first part is to kind of convince them why you're the better choice. And you have a better chance when you do it in person as opposed to over the phone. You just sound like some generic telemarketer or a spam email. So we don't want our emails to get lost in their trash folders, or we don't want them to rush us off the phone like a telemarketer. We come in there with charisma and charm, and it's been working for us. So, and that's kind of like our strategy. A lot of other companies not doing that, but who working as hard as us? All right, so we at one of the locations on our list, and let's see if they need some cleaning. Well, looks like they're closed. Off to the next one. Sorry, I missed you. On to the next one. Good on this clean. Hello, good morning. I'm going around to see if you guys are currently accepting any applications for vendors, for cleaning vendors.
Sure.
But yeah, man, I got a good feeling about that one. She was the first person that was here today, so And that's kind of like why we like to kind of show up, so they can get a sense of who we are, and we can get a sense of who they are. And then 9 times out of 10, if we're consistent, we usually get them. That's not everybody, but we're not everybody. Yeah, so just left the last community on my list. So every morning, my rep makes me a list of apartments to go to. And I go to 5 of them, or communities or property managers in general. So she scouts me out a list, and then I go there every morning. And the goal is to do 5 a day, 25 a week, 100 a month, and potentially close on 2 clients a day, 2 clients a month. So one of the biggest things is like people focus too much on the service itself or the product itself. They put too much emphasis on that. But once you realize that you're actually in the sales business, because that's the name of the game, is to get sales. And one of my motivating factors is that right now I have 8 people working at my company. So we got to make sure that there's work for them so they can be able to provide for their families and themselves. And that's a lot of pressure, so you don't get it by just sitting there and waiting for it to come. A lot of people say, oh, I get referrals, and that's how I don't even do no marketing. It's all about people refer me to other people, refer business. Refer business is a slow grind. You got to get out and hit the pavement. One of the things that's going to put you, differentiate you from your competitor or anybody that's in your field is how hard you work. It's about hard work. You got to be willing to hit the ground. Every day you got to get up and ask yourself, who's working harder than me? And if you can name 2 or 3 people, then that means you need to work a little harder. And I know that in my heart of hearts that no one is visiting or no one's hitting the pavement like we're hitting the pavement. And that's why we're in the position where we're in year 1 that most people in business they don't reach this level until year 2 or 3. And that's because we're willing to put the work in. Kevin Hart says it best, everybody on the set, but nobody want to put the work in. So you got to be willing to put the work in. And it's just kind of a little insight. And then now that I went to those offices, the people that weren't there, when I get back to the office, I'm going to call them. I'm going to shoot them an email. And those people that say, I'm going to talk to you later, I'm going to call them later until they give me a hard no. Till then, I'm going to follow up. That's the name of the game. Follow up. And, on the other side of the coin, people think it's like, oh, you're being a pest. Or, salespeople are not really regarded a highlight or whatever like that. People always see salespeople as like, oh, they see you walking down, then they go the other way. And we all have done it. You go to the mall, you see that guy in the kiosk, and I'm on the phone. Yeah. So now when you're on that other side, when people treat you like that, you don't feel good, you get discouraged. But you just they're not saying no to you, or they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting their service and their products. So the minute you can disassociate yourself with that, then you'll be okay. But the first no is always gut-wrenching, but it's just being able to be told no, and keep going. You're going to be told no an average of, for every 9 no's, there's 1 yes. I went out yesterday, I did 5 yesterday, and this was 5 today, so I'm determined that one of those 10 people that I saw in the last 2 days is going to convert to a customer. I'm determined, I'm dead set on it. It's going to happen.